69 days since pro-Palestine protesters began occupying space near the state's capital. I'm your downtown Boise neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker with more on lawsuits that have been filed against the group and where the state stands on it.
Oftentimes, one of the most powerful things when it comes to protesting is just existing.
It has been 69 days since local protesters against the war in Gaza arrived at the Capitol. During the initial protests in early May, the group was removed from the steps of the Capitol, some claim forcefully. But since then, protesters have continued to occupy space near the Capitol.
So they've closed off part of the lawn to us multiple times, and there's really no reason behind why they do that.
Now, documents obtained by Idaho News 6 indicate that the Idaho Department of Administration is suing, seeking court-ordered relief to halt what the department describes as ongoing and future violations of Idaho code and rules at the Capitol Annex and Capitol Mall, stating the protesters have damaged grass, obstructed access and rights of way, and marked sidewalks.
The state clearly has the authority and the obligation to manage state property. And I would commend them for going to the courts and getting legal advice from the courts as to what the right way to go forward is, as compared to maybe just trying to do trespassing arrests through a criminal complaint.
But protesters tell me they believe they are within their rights.
We are absolutely legally allowed to be here. Protesting on state property has never been something controversial till they decide they don't want us here anymore.
The defendants in this case filing a countersuit claiming that the defendants are participating in a protest similar to the 2011 Occupy Boise movement, where a tent city was erected to bring attention to the national Occupy movement.
They signify the occupation of Israel and Palestine. They're being used for nothing other than symbolism.
But according to the state, this goes beyond symbolic speech and assembly. The state says tents and other items such as canopies, chairs, tables, and cooking equipment have been utilized for camping activities.
When it comes to putting tents on state land, it's really no different than if I said my McDonald's wrapper is a symbol of what I believe in, and I'm going to leave that on state land. The law doesn't distinguish what the object is that's occupying somebody else's property.
In addition to groups like Boise to Palestine, there are several individuals named in this case, including Hannah Tucker, who was arrested last week in a downtown Boise incident involving the alleged harassment of a man wearing a yarmulke. Protesters declined to comment on the court cases.
You can't comment on anything to do with the lawsuit, has to do with court cases, has to do with nothing.
And they say even if they are relocated.
So if you were removed from this space today, you would be somewhere else tomorrow?
Oh, sure. I don't